No.
I miss making good thumbnails. I miss making good thumbnails.
For your channel?
No, for us, because it's
Hey,
I don't
look,
make you realize that I don't make good thumbnails for keeping the comic, right? I just
you do
copy a picture
realize
from the comic.
you
You
do
realize that, right?
realize that I'm gonna say the same thing I always say to you, Goof Troop. Whatever you want to do, if it makes you happy, you have my full support. But if you ever hit me with there's a video I'm gonna show you after this.
Yeah.
It's Brennan Lee Mulligan from College Humor, and he's pretending to be the Oreo CEO.
Mhm.
And they call him in to do like a meeting. He's like, "Why are we doing
Yeah.
a video shoot?" They're like, "Oh, we're gonna promote the new types of Oreos." He's like, "That's weird, but okay." And they start promoting Oreos. He's like, "Hey guys, what is this bullshit? We sell Oreos. Like we don't need to do anything. Like we won. We done made the good cookie. Like we're good now.
We saw
You
Oreos.
can you don't like I'm not gonna narc on you. Just collect your paycheck and move on. Like, dude, Steve's working 80 hours a week. Why? Doing what? We work at Oreo. We work at a money printing press.
What
exactly
are we
talking
What
about?
exactly is he doing?
Yeah,
Seems like
exactly.
too much
It was
work.
just, but the entire skit is
Way
just
too
him
much
like,
work.
wait, what the fuck? Chocolate? He's like strawberry Oreos and then strawberry milkshake Oreos. He's like, you need to be able to tell me the difference between those two fucking Oreos. He goes, well, one tastes like strawberry and one tastes like strawberry milkshake. What does milkshake taste like? Milkshake's not a taste; it's a texture. Oh, this has the texture
whatever.
of a strawberry milkshake? No. Then what the fuck are we doing? Gentlemen and ladies, what's up, Jay?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We are live. Hi guys. Hi.
I have been horrendously sick all week. So 2 weeks ago, my internet was down. We did not do that. And then last week, I swear, I talked to Goofy. I swore that we were taking that off because it was Christmas. And then I was surprised, as one, I was starting to feel sick. And two, I got a message from Goofy like, yo, let's go. And I was like, bro, not only was I not ready, I'm not ready. Like, it was double not ready. And then Goofy hit me with the most truth. He's like, oh, none of this shit matters. I'm like, you're right. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
Good night, Goof.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, bro, I'm playing NBA 2K. No, don't worry about it. Why?
Yeah. No, like it was off. We were off it. I have been playing Warframe. I have been playing Marvel Rivals. Oh, my light's a little weird. Fix that. Boom. I swear to God, I'm paler than I look. I've been playing Dragon Age, Veilguard. My boy got it for me for Christmas.
Marvel Rivals. I still have not jumped into that game
It's
yet.
Overwatch with Marvel characters. It's fine. Like, it's not great. It's not whatever. It's just something to do when I'm bored. The best thing about it is I don't respect anyone I play with.
Sir.
Because I'm not playing with friends. So, like, if someone's like, hey, you're doing poorly, I'm like, yup. And then I just keep doing poorly, man. Like, I don't know what you want from me, dude. I'm 30-something. I'm not playing shooters anymore. Like, yeah, you're right. You are having sex with my mom. I don't know what to tell you. Like, she could use a good man, please. Like, please treat her right.
Thanks, Jay.
You know, like,
same to you, Jay.
Yeah, same to you, brother. Good to see you, man. Hope your holidays were good. So we missed some shit, though.
Yeah, we did. There's a lot of things to talk about.
Not a lot of shit, but a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Where do you want to start, Goof?
Do we want to work backwards, or do we want to go from what we missed, like from 2 weeks? We can start with what if. I mean, geez.
We can start with what if.
I almost don't want to start with what if because I feel like
it sucked.
I don't want to be that person again, but it's the first time I get to talk about it, so I'm just like, I mean, I might as well. Nah, it wasn't good, bro. It wasn't good, and
it was the worst thing.
I don't want to say that the MCU phoned it in, but I feel like
why wouldn't you want to use
they phoned it? They
perfect thing. They didn't even phone it in, dude. They pay phoned it in.
Yeah, they
put
did pay for it.
And they was like, "Yo, I need you to connect me, operator."
This is the reason why I don't like final seasons of anything anymore, because no one does the final season correctly anymore. It's all let's just either throw random stuff in there, or we completely change the dynamic of the entirety of the show that's been going on for however time. Like, that's essentially how things. Hey, thanks,
I
Jay.
just saw a Prime Gaming sub, and I'm like, yes, take Bezos money. Don't you
Yes.
ever give us real money. Ever. Never
Appreciate
give
it.
us real money, but if you got Bezos bucks laying around, we'll take it. Thank you,
That
brother. Much appreciated.
That we will
He's
indeed.
like, I ain't watching your ads every 25 minutes. I'm like, that's fair.
Right.
We don't watch them either.
That's true.
Ad blockers.
Not
Baby.
this is my thing about the final seasons, man. What season finale recently have I watched that's been good? Now, granted, I'm trying to remember. Dead in the back. Power was trash. I know a lot of people talked about the fact that Game of Thrones, that was awful.
We don't talk about that.
What else was? I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder. That was terrible. I watched Scandal. That was terrible. I mean, all
Scandal
these
finale.
all these shows, finales, bro.
There have been a couple of. Okay, I'll tell you real talk.
But not even finales, just last seasons. I'm talking about here. They've not been good.
This is a real. You die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain.
The villain. Yep.
A lot of TV shows now. Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Love you, Jay. Love you forever. You also get the fucking first sub too. That's awesome.
That's true.
You're stuck with us now.
Right.
You have to dance with my daughter at our wedding. That's the way it works. No, like, I found this post on Reddit, and this summed it up. Why does season deviate so much from the first and second season in terms of storytelling? What If came out after the first Loki season, and episodes each followed the premise of a usual 616 universe, but having the watcher dictate the exact point in which the timeline splits? Cool. Season 1 and 2 both had this style. However, season 3 episodes just jump straight into the universe. No indication of how the timeline came to be. The stories are far-fetched. The only episode that is not like this is Darcy and Howard the Duck, because it's a continuation of Thor being the only child episode. But anyways, the season just deviates so much from the original series. That's supposed to be What If, an event that's changed the timeline. It's true. Like, the thing about What If is What If sucks. Always has sucked, always. We think of What If the same way like you think of SNL. It's like, oh, is SNL funny? Well, there's David S. Pumpkins, right? Like there's skits, there's moments of SNL where you're like, that's like Celebrity Jeopardy, you know, like oh yeah, shit was funny.
There were some good moments in the season. Don't get me wrong. Like, and last season and this season there were good moments, but when we judge it on a collective. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm talking about the What If comics, like for every one What If comic that's like nails it, right? You're like, what? That's crazy. There's like 15 that are like, what if Magneto was German? And you're like, what does that mean? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What if Magneto was on the other side? You're like,
yeah. We actually talking of that. There's actually a new like what if that they're starting right now, which is basically like what if Galactus made this person his herald, right? So like that one now.
But that's interesting.
But that's very interesting because they started off with Hulk, and that was an amazing issue.
Okay, even like they tried to introduce a new character. They're like, what if a First Nations bitch got powers? I'm like, okay, cool. What if a First Nation bitch got powers? Bro, this season in What If, they're like, yo, what if a girl fucked a duck?
Yeah. Things that we've always thought about before.
And then on top of it, they were like, yo, we got to draw Kat Dennings' tits smaller.
See, I knew that was going to be one of your biggest gripes, bro. I knew that was going to be one of your biggest gripes. 100%. I knew it.
That was the Howard the Duck movie? Yeah. Yeah, that was. Jay, I don't think that means what you think that means. Yeah, that was the Howard the Duck movie. That movie was insanity. You show that movie to somebody now, they're gonna be like, "I'm wash me, like bathe me, bro." bro. And then, okay, so they made this baby, right? Okay, and this baby is the star child because, of course, she's the child of Howard the Duck and that thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like some hoe over there. Like, okay, cool. And then, like, we fast forward to the finale or the second to finale, and then she's a grown up. She's Natasha Lyonne for some fucking reason. Mm-hmm. She's got a lisp, and her powers are shut the fuck up. Like, I hate doing it. I'm going to be the guy this time. There was 0 dudes. There were 0.0 dudes. I'm like, okay, so it's just not for me. But it's also not for anybody.
Yeah,
but it's definitely not for me. Like,
it really isn't for anybody. Listen, me and my wife, so my wife skipped majority of the episodes because, and she was like, oh, should I go back and watch it? And I was like, nope. No, just watch the last 2 episodes of me. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. Just the last 2 episodes. And she saw episode 7 and she was like, oh, Storm. That's cool.
Storm.
And I was like,
Storm.
Yeah, Storm. That's great. And she was like, who's this chick? Birdie. And I was like, don't worry about it.
Some bitch.
And she was
Natasha Lyonne.
And then she figured out, and then I explained to her, I was like, because they came up on the screen. So in episode, I think it was 8. So I explained to her, I was like, oh, they had a baby. And she was like, what? And I was like, don't worry about it. Just move on.
Yeah, duck fuck some chick. just also some hot chick. Like, she was also hot.
Yeah.
So it's not like she was kind of homely. Yeah. And then she was like, I'll love a duck. No. It's Kat Dennings, bro.
Yeah.
Kat Dennings.
So here's one of my chop liver. Anyways, so what I'm saying is, so my so there's that, and then the big one that was like the issue for her was, why is this bitch back? Why is Captain Carter? Why is she back again? As soon as she came on the screen and my wife saw her, she was like, why do we have her here again? Why do we have her here again? And I said, before we even got to episode, I said they gonna make her do some magical overpowered crap towards the end of the episode, and it's gonna piss you off even more. And you said that you hate to be that guy, but I hate to be that guy even the more. But in this particular season again, why are you intentionally trying to piss off your male community? Like, you are intentionally trying to piss them off at this point. I'm
gonna take a step back. I'm not pissed. I'm don't care.
I'm just more like, but why are we doing this? But I'm saying but you know what I'm saying though. These are the things.
Like, why are we kicking in them up? Fucking beehives? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this?
Like, to me, I was content with seeing Storm. I was like, cool, whatever.
I was cool, dude. But like, no dudes.
None.
No dudes. None. Stephen Strange is a sentient fucking
Ultron.
Universe. Stephen Strange is a sentient fucking universe, and Ultron bodied. Ultron got bodied. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Infinity Ultron
just got bodied.
He said that he's been there for eons, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fam.
Yeah. Bodied.
Hard. All right, fam.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was almost as ridiculous as let's talk about this.
There was a couple of good episodes. There was a couple of ones that I was like, oh, that's all right.
I like the Red Guardian Winter Soldier one.
I dug that. That was hilarious.
That was funny as heck. I love that episode. Low-key,
that was for me, and I get that was for me, and I'm cool with it.
Right. The Ironheart episode, I was like, I
like the
didn't
Ironheart
hate
episode.
Ironheart in this. I love this. This was fun.
I'm telling you, MCU Riri is my bitch. Like I don't know.
Comic book
Riri could get a fucking hysterectomy. I could give a shit about that whore. But MCU Riri has been on fucking fire, dude.
Yeah.
On fucking fire. I love this bitch.
She's been great.
Like, yeah, she's cool. She's super fucking cool. She gets that juice, the magic juice. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, is she about to become Superior Iron Man? Like, is that what we're doing here?
It looked like it, right? Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, my baby. All I'm saying is MCU Riri right here.
Yeah. I'm there with you.
Comic book Riri in the toilet.
We don't even remember her. We don't even acknowledge her on the page. We immediately, whatever dialogue she has, we skip over it.
I'm being shitty about that. Like, it was fine. Like, the season of What If was fine. Yeah. But, like, it definitely wasn't as good as the previous two.
Yeah.
That, no question. And then, like, it didn't, like, was the purpose of this to set up Owadu? Because you did it. Great. Yay. Right. Now, can we get X-Men season? Can we get X-Men 97 season 2 now? Can we fucking...
The crazy thing about it, I was just like, I preferred him when I saw him in the X-Men 97 series.
I love Jeffrey Wright, man.
He said nothing, but everything that he said was great in X-Men 97.
Yeah, he was the best.
I was like, this is great.
Bro,
listen, I don't even, there's so many things that I could pick apart, but what's the point of picking it apart? It doesn't even make any sense at this point. It's just more,
we don't have to. They Echo released it. They gave it the Echo release. They're like,
here's my other thing that kind of upset me a little bit. Why is it that we had to end doing What If in the first place? I thought this was like the perfect, and maybe this is what I intended, what I hoped What If was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like what that article says, or what that post says right there, which was taking some of the stories that we really enjoyed, but then putting a little bit of a twist on it, like what they did with season 1. I thought that was kind of what they would continue to keep doing, and that's why I'm a little disappointed that they phoned it in season 3 instead of continuing on to do that. It's one of those things again too, where like they felt like they had to keep on doing continuity, right? We're doing this big build up to this one big story when I don't think any of us need to have a big build up to this big story. It could just be these individual episodes of what if Spider-Man was blah, 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 instead of that. Like there was just so many different ways that they could go about doing it. And I felt like they decided that, okay, we want to tell this continuity story. This is how this pieces into that. We're going to follow up on some of the things that happened, from season 1, season 2, when I don't really feel like it was necessary. They pigeonhole themselves a little bit here with sort of like the way they decided to write these stories.
Look at this guy's comment, right? This may shock you, but none of it is real. There doesn't have to be a diverging point from the sacred timeline, because these are all just stories that the writers are making up. They wanted to do a fun cowboy episode. That's it. You're way overthinking it. Okay. I feel like people live in a world where they don't know what they're talking about, but they know what side they want to be on of an argument. So they're making points that make sense, but they don't hold any fucking water.
Right.
None of it's real. Correct. Nothing is real.
Sure.
Yeah, nothing is real. We might live in a simulation. How deep do you want this rabbit hole to go, baby? Like, there's like 700 religions in the world. One of them's wrong. Like, like at least one of them's wrong. Oh, Which one is it? Is it yours? Probably not. Like, what are we doing? Like, yeah, of course none of it's real. But the whole idea of storytelling is like you tell a story. Like and when you tell a good story, there can be parts of it that people don't like. There could be entire swaths of it that people don't like.
Yeah.
But something is compelling to the story.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing compelling this season. That's what and it doesn't mean you don't have to like it. You could just shut your brain off and be like, I like Marvel animation. And you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like I used to say Power Rangers too. Like, yeah, go ahead, watch Power Rangers now. Not current Power Rangers. Like, go back, watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's dog shit.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
100%.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
So bad, bro.
Do I think I was an idiot when I was a kid for liking Power Rangers? No.
No, it was
because
great.
I was a child.
Are you kidding me?
And my brain filled in the gaps that my child imagination filled in the gaps that the show was not going to provide on a budget of $6. Disney does not have a budget of $6.
Mm-hmm.
They have a budget of we can do things that matter. The reason I've been so excited about comic book movies for the last 20 fucking years is that it took something I liked and gave me a new medium for those things.
Right.
I love video games for the same reason. Good video games tell story.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be a fucking deep story. It doesn't have to be as like Last of Us, or like Baldur's Gate 3. It doesn't have to be this like stellar story, but they tell a story. Some of them are phenomenal. Some of them are okay. Some of them are like what's the story of Devil May Cry 4? I don't know. Murder shit. What's the story of Fortnite? Murder shit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're just games and sometimes they're pieces of art. None of this is art. There are artists working on it, but it ain't art.
Right.
It's soulless. There's no and then
yeah,
I don't think we don't have anything else, right? The next thing we have to watch.
I mean that would, and since you talked about it, I think this is the whole issue with, I hate to kind of bring this back up again, but I mean, I actually don't hate to bring it back up again. So this is the whole thing I was thinking about before we went live tonight, and before I even, before we hopped on the call, was this is what's good storytelling is what's missing right now in the MCU. Like we had so many great stories that were being told back through phase 1 through 3. We had some really, really great stories. We had one big connective story, but in between that, there were great individual stories that were also being told. Now, not every one of them were great, right? I mean, we had some stories that were absolute dog crap. Some of the Thor movies weren't great. You could point out, obviously Captain Marvel. There's multiple movies that you could point out and say, hey, these weren't really great stories. However, with that being said, there was an overall collective story, but there were also individual collective stories that were being told. Right now in the MCU, what people are fiending for is they want good stories to be told, and at this current moment, there were things to latch onto that you really kind of were like, I want to see where this goes next. Like I really want to understand the development of Captain America, because now we saw God's righteous man in the very first movie, and then that crap got flipped when he found out about Bucky, and now he's not righteous anymore. Now he's just trying to save his friend. So we want to see where that goes. Now there's Iron Man, who started off as this billion playboy philanthropist, never stopped being that, but now there is this question about, okay, well, is that all that he stays? Does he become more than that? So there's so many like individual stories that were being told and individual characters. And that's the thing, like there were characters to latch onto. There are no characters and stories to latch onto right now in the current state of the MCU. There's
Name
no
the
character.
Avengers, go.
There are none. they're not officially, right? They're currently none. Now, if you're telling me, hey, who are old Avengers that we expect to still be Avengers now? Yeah, we do have Captain Marvel. Yes, we do have Doctor Strange. There is still a Spider-Man, right? But we still have these characters. Thor Not Thor is out there somewhere, Hulk is out there somewhere, but they're still, for all intents and purposes, a lot of those characters that I mentioned were their stories kind of not concluded, but the trajectory of where their stories were supposed to go has changed. We're supposed to be introducing a new age of Avengers, right? With Captain America, Sam Wilson. We're supposed to be moving forward with characters like Shang-Chi, but they haven't connected that for us yet. And it feels like it's taken too long for them to connect the dots. And that's, there's different reasons for it, but that's what the MCU is missing right now. We don't have good stories to latch onto. And primarily we don't have good characters to latch onto. Like, we don't have good characters right now that we can say, well, we do have good characters, but we don't have a story to connect them to. There's nothing to say, okay, well, I want to know what's going to happen next. The only character that I'm genuinely curious about, or a few characters I'm genuinely curious about, is like maybe Doctor Strange, and the fact that now he has this big ass eye in the middle of his head. Like, what does that where does that lead?
We're not
I
going to see
can't.
shit on that, and you know that.
I know what we're not, but I can't genuinely say that, and I'm always careful about how I say certain things, because I don't want people to latch on and then think different ways about it, not the way that other people talk about it. But I'm not interested in a Captain America Sam Wilson story right now. Because I don't know the purpose of him. I don't know what exactly he's supposed to represent now, moving forward. In terms of just like who he is as Captain America. And this is the point I'm trying to make here, is that it's almost like it took too long for them to finally get here. There's Spider-Man. I mean, there's still so many stories that are kind of just up in the air, and character arcs that are just up in the air. And I'm just like, bro, there's nothing for us to latch on to, bro. Nothing.
There was literally nothing new in this.
Nothing.
Stand by for proof of death.
But that was my long soliloquy of me basically saying, to summarize, bro, there's really nothing to look forward to from a story perspective. We're still all going into next year saying, oh, okay, I wonder what the MCU is doing now. Not, oh, shoot, I can't wait to see them follow up on X.
All right, like,
and we're 5 years now. We're almost 4. It's almost 6 years now, right? That we are post Endgame.
This is going to tie in a little bit to the Sony thing, so I'll start with it here.
Okay.
I don't think anybody understands. There's nobody that's like, the multiverse saga is good. Because
what is the multiverse saga? What is it?
Because they nothing burgered it all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
When you heard they were moving into the multiverse, it's not, you can literally not be more unshackled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool, we're gonna make a new Tony Stark. He's a different Tony Stark. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know that the fans, your job is to set up the multiverse. Here's a new Tony Stark. Well, that doesn't look like the old Tony Stark. Oh, I guess that's what a multiverse is. Boom. You set yourself up to tell infinite fucking stories with infinite characters in any way. And the only limitation you have is the same limitation you have under any circumstance. Tell a good story. But now you're not limited by canonicity. You could just, okay. What If is supposed to be a romp through the multiverse?
Yep.
It was. They managed to find the worst fucking stories.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the worst stories, but so, like, if there are worse stories in the What If multiverse, I don't think they skipped them. I think they, I think they're like, oh, this one's dog shit. Let's go. Yeah. So, like, they fucked that up. They fucked up Kang. They abandoned Kang. They abandoned everything.
Mm.
Deadpool and Wolverine, I've rewatched it recently, and I was like, nope, still great. Why is it great? Because it's exactly what it says it is.
Yep.
Who's the villain? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What are the stakes? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Watch these idiots fight. My mom watched it. And my mom is like, why is this so gory? And I was like, because they can't die.
Yep.
And she's like, but why is it so gory? I'm like, because they can't die. And she had to think about it for a second. She said, wait, what do you mean? I'm like, they can't die, Mom. You know how like anything bad can happen?
Mm-hmm.
Like you could trip and fall, break your neck and die. They can't do that. So everything they're doing to each other just hurts.
Yeah.
They're just they're literally just flicking each other in the ear over and over again.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Whatever they do, it doesn't chop off their arm, they'll grow another one. Like it doesn't matter. They cannot die. And after she got that, she's like, "Oh, then this is awesome." Like
right.
She's like, "Oh, then yeah, of course they're doing this." Like he knows no matter how many times he stabs him in the head, he's not going to die and he's not going to lose brain like power. Like he's going to be as smart as he was the day before, or dumb as he was before. Like, it's not gonna
yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, okay. I get it now." And then she watched the rest of the movie. She's like, "It was a little more violent than I would have liked, but like,
yeah,
I get it. Like I made sense." And look at Hugh Jackman without a shirt on. I'm like, I know, right? Like,
right. Exactly.
But again, that movie was popcorn.
Right.
Ooh.
That movie served to set up nothing, to fit it nothing. It was just a fun movie. And that was
okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I also I don't accept criticisms that people expect too much. Expectations are managed, not from nowhere. When you put Iron Man at the end of the Incredible Hulk movie, you were setting an expectation. When you put Agent Coulson in the end of Thor, in Thor, and Hawkeye, you were setting something up. When you said, we want to make a giant interconnected world. You said that. That's not me. I didn't say that. I didn't say you guys need to make a giant interconnected world. The fans didn't say that. Right. You said that. And you have fans because of that. You have fans because people were able to jump in, go for the ride. And not every movie was great. Actually, we were talking about it. Phase 2 was pretty fucking bad.
It was awful, bro.
Phase 2 was pretty bad. It was Iron Man 3, not great. Thor: The Dark World, not great. Captain America: Winter Soldier carrying that fucking entire thing. Yeah. Age of Ultron, fine. Ant-Man, fine. Guardians, fine. Like it was a fine phase, but like it started off with 2 PU stinkers, like Iron Man 3. Let's do a buddy
Iron Man 3
story.
Yeah, bro.
Let's tell all these people that the Mandarin is bullshit. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool. And then a decade later, we'll be like, oh, nah, he wasn't bullshit. He was just other guy. He was Chinese. He was Shang-Chi. You guys are happy about that, right? No. Okay.
That was great. That's actually pretty funny. That you put it in context.
Right? Like, you said.
But go on about the expectations. Yeah, go about the expectations.
You managed the expectations because you set the expectations. Then you set up the expectations for this multiverse saga by telling us, yo, Kang the Conqueror is a motherfucker who fucks mothers. And we're like, proceed to show us the motherfuckery, please, if you will.
Yeah.
And then he gets, then you, awful, just awful. just awful nonsense. And then instead of being like, all right, we have to recover this, you're like, I'm still mad, dude. I'm still mad they cast Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor. I'm still mad about it. My New Year's resolution is to never forget. And
I'm
like,
less mad now. I'm just disappointed now.
I'm re-mad because I'm like, they're gonna fuck it up because they have no confidence in their ability to tell stories anymore. And you see it because like Agatha was great. I loved Agatha. I've said it before. You mentioned that it was a little more coded than like maybe I had noticed, and I was like, yeah, it's fair. Maybe I just don't notice it because I'm like, it's hard to see from inside, you know.
I was going to say you're part of the crowd that you know. So
I'll notice if there's no dude somewhere as account of me being a dude, but you know, I won't necessarily notice the presence or lack of presence of homosexuality on account of being homosexual. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm like oh,
no, okay. Totally fair.
You know why? Because I'm not used to seeing gay people everywhere. Because there's not a lot of them. There's not. There's not like it's like what less than a fifth of the population might in the United States. I could not say anything, but like less than a fifth of the general population falls in the LGBTQ line. That's why you have to have the LGBTQ. That's why it's not just the lesbians are here, the gays are here, but they got to group together to get to 20%. You know what I mean? Like, like, or else they'd have enough that they wouldn't need to all work together for the same general like conversation. Like, it's true, it is. Like it's not a very large number of people. There's not that many lesbians in the world. Like there is not like out anyway, you know.
Fair, yeah.
So like, I see that stuff, but like at the end of the day, like I enjoyed Agatha. I was like, oh, it was a fun show. I had no problem rewatching Agatha. But again, it also didn't do anything. So now we're in the middle of the doldrums. We're in the middle of I don't know what's going on. Yeah. The more time passes, the more I don't care about Brave New World, which is horrible, and the more I very much care about Thunderbolts,
which you also know is not gonna do anything.
I don't know that. It could do anything. Thunderbolts could do anything. We don't know.
Thunderbolts.
Doom could be in Thunderbolts. We don't know.
That's true, but the expectations are low. You know,
dude, Sentry is in it. We don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true. And that's the thing. Like you said, they did set up expectations with Kang, and then you know we saw what happened to him in Quantumania. But then even then, at the very end of it, you said, "Oh, there's more of them. There's a multitude of them." So if he was the weakest one, quote unquote, then potentially this could get really effed. But then here comes Loki season 2, that then completely takes a dump on that idea because now, Loki is now Kang, but the good kind. Like that's who Loki is now. And you've cleared up all the threats now of the Kangs because the only sign that you saw of one was the one that was in an adjacent. Okay, got it. Okay, understood. So then now it's like, okay, well, we're not going with Kang. But you know what actually pissed me off about the whole Kang thing is that they mentioned, they came out a couple months ago, whatever, and they said this. They were like, you know, the reason why we chose to move away from the Kang story was that the audience, us, weren't very receptive to move on from Jonathan Majors. One of the reasons why, in addition to, of course, whatever happened in the trial, one of the reasons why they also chose to move on was because people weren't excited about Kang the Conqueror. And I was like, whose fault was that, bro? Like, you had him be defeated by not. It wasn't just everybody talks about the ants. It wasn't just the ants.
That's actually
it was also
worse. It's worse that it was Ant-Man.
It was Ant-Man, bro.
In a fist fight. Jonathan Major's arm looks like he's smuggling a bowling ball. And he just gets backhanded by 62-year-old Paul Rudd. Fuck you.
You gotta be kidding me here, bro. So that was, to me, that was more jarring about the whole entire thing. So I was, listen, fam.
Stop.
They screwed this
writers and directors. Stop them from telling the stories they want to tell with characters that fucking exist. I'm sick of it, man. Like, give me a chance to tell a story about a character I fucking love, and it's like, I'm not a great fucking writer, but motherfucker, you give me the money, you give me the fucking the budget you're giving people, we're gonna get a fucking script. You wanna know what Spider-Man 4 is gonna be? Because I'll fucking give you a Spider-Man 4. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you a goddamn Spider-Man 4 that doesn't touch on anything everyone's sick of. Yeah. I will give you every part of Spider-Man 4. I will give you an introduction to Norman Osborn as Norman Osborn, period, and a discussion. I'm not giving you, I'm giving you fucking insanity. I'm giving you street level villains all over the place. I'm giving you Sinister Six, not even joking, like full Sinister Six. Like, dude, it's insane. Like how much I can do. And like, okay, I'll make Doc Ock anything you fucking want. I don't give a shit. I'll use Olivia Octavius from fucking Miles's universe, the Ultimate universe. Like, sure, great. I don't care. None of it matters because I'm gonna give you the right character. I'm gonna give you the character that's right. Yeah. And I don't know shit about shit. I just love reading comics, and I've read enough stories to get an idea. And guess what? The comics that try to tell stories about characters that fuck up, they don't get bought. They're gone. We don't talk about those anymore. We talk about stories like, oh, you know, this is great. While they're out, nobody gives a shit about any comic run. It's usually afterwards when they're finished that people kind of coalesce and be like, no, this is a really good story. Yeah. Because like it's hard to because comics are, I've said many times, comics are just an absolute dog shit medium for information. Like every month you will get 5 pages of a story. Go. You know, like it's not going to do anything. It all has to set up.
There's usually like within a year, there's usually like a series where you're like, oh, this was crazy. This was insane. You need to read this series. It was amazing. You have to.
There are like 3 or 4 crossovers every year. Like big crossovers. Every year. Yeah. But dude, you just did Blood Hunt a couple months ago. Yeah. Bro, Blood Hunt sucked.
It wasn't good. You had small indivial stories.
But there were cool shit in it.
That were fun. Like there was cool shit in it. You know?
There was cool shit, right? Like, yeah. Dude, I remember watching your videos. Keeping it comic. Now featuring Patreon.
Right. Yes.
I got you, man. Like there are stories in these crossovers and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But then like the event itself, like no one's gonna be like, yo, Blood Hunt's a must read. Fuck you. No, they're not. What Daredevil comics are must reads? Shadowlands is a must read. Devil's Reign. Born Again, must read. Yeah. Devil's Reign, must read. Cool. Yeah. What about, and then I can't even name the ones that suck because they suck.
They suck, yeah.
Like, you know, like not everyone hits it out of the mark. And I get it. Like not everything's going to be great. But like, there's a difference when you're like writing comics and doing your best and trying, right? And then when you're making a movie that exists with an IP that exists and you have that shit to pull from. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? Like the Eternals, man. The Eternals sucked.
Yeah, it did, bro.
It didn't have to.
It didn't need to. And everybody says that, oh, it would have been better as a series. You know, I push back on that.
It could have been better as a series. I think
it could have been better as a series, but I also feel like there was enough there to make it a movie. But a movie in a sense that didn't have a conclusion, but more left things open ended. Like there was a way to do it. Like, hey, you're gonna see these guys again, but they're gonna show up in individual places where it matters. But that wasn't really how they presented the Eternals. And then of course, you know, we're just now finally getting some of the small questions that we like, you know, of course, Tiamat. We heard Blade's voice at the end of the movie.
Who's Blade?
That movie's never happening, so that doesn't matter anymore. That movie means nothing.
End of this month, we get Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. One of the writers
that might be fun,
it,
bro.
Yeah, but like it's a kid's show. It's clearly a kid show.
100%.
Cool. I'm gonna watch it knowing it's a kid show. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it knowing it's a kid show, and I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna, when we're talking about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I'm not gonna sit here with the same energy I'm hitting What If with.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit here and be like, yo, there was this one point when teenage Peter Parker was like, poo poo in your pants, and I was like, no, that's funny as shit. Because like it's a kid's show, like I get it. But then this idiot, fucking, why does everyone talk? This idiot's like, yo, he says that the show has stopped aiming to be MCU canon. You didn't have to be, motherfucker. This is
Isn't that the point of this? Isn't that the point of this story? Is that it wasn't supposed to be canon? I'm confused.
It was not fun, honestly. It was not fun.
All right, fam.
You got to write a story about Spider-Man and you didn't have fun?
All right, fam.
You're gross.
No,
you disgust me.
Yeah,
this
so
the way with the Captain America popcorn bucket.
Is this the vibe? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm going to the theaters to go see this movie. It's happening. I'm not gonna not go to the theaters. It's happening.
Honestly,
you know?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna fucking love it. Like I know
but I'm going to the movie with my butt cheeks clenched because I'm like, please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck.
Yeah, I'm like, all you have to do at the very bare minimum is don't suck.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we ask.
Don't suck. Here's what I want. Here's my hope for this movie. It's not going to happen. I do believe this for Thunderbolts. I don't believe this for Brave New World. I want to go into the Brave New World, right?
Yeah.
With my notepad. So I can take my notes. And I want to forget to take notes.
Yeah. That's it.
And so I have to go see it again. And by go see it again, I mean you know, like
enough said.
Like that's what I want. I feel like that's what's gonna happen in Thunderbolts. I feel like I'm gonna be like, ooh, interesting point, and then I'm gonna be like, Bucky just threw that guy through a table. Like Red Guardian farted. You know, like just
boy.
So we got January 29th, just to close Marvel out. We got January 29th, Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood, whatever.
Yep.
We got Brave New World on February 14th, great Valentine's Day movie. March 9th, we're getting 9 episodes of Daredevil. Okay. That is what I'm waiting the most for.
Oh, March. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Daredevil. May 2nd is Thunderbolts. The Ironheart series somehow is coming out in June.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure they started filming that.
I'm not sure, but okay. That's not coming out. No, it is coming out this year. I think they did say that already, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Fantastic Four is July. Oh, boy, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four and Superman in the same month.
Superman's going to kick the shit out of Fantastic Four. Superman's gonna kick the shit out of Fantastic Four, man. Did you see that trailer?
Yeah, buddy.
Yo.
That's gonna be rough, fam. I don't know, man.
Yamcha pose, son. He's just Yamcha.
Like, yeah, he was.
Then we have 3 more TV shows. August, October, and December. And the only one I actually give a shit about is Wonder Man.
Wonder Man, yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, everything about Wonder Man.
Oh, I love the premise of that story.
My favorite is what we heard, which is that, like, it's a TV show in the Marvel universe about a guy who has superpowers, but the guy doesn't have superpowers.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
That's all I want. That's all. Like, okay, give him powers or don't. I don't care. Just make it stupid. Make it Ally McBeal stupid, and I'm in. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Champions series on Disney Plus will reportedly start filming in 2026 and is set to be released after Secret Wars. I'm in.
Somebody mentioned this earlier, right? That there was going to be a champion.
He's more interested in the YA Champions movie. Honest to God, dude, I wasn't, and now I'm kind of like, no, I kind of want to see all these people before they become 40. Who's Haley Steinfeld dating? I just heard she's seeing somebody who bothered me because they're both so fucking rich.
Oh, she just got engaged, right? I think to Josh Allen. I think that's who it was.
Yeah. Fucking
first and foremost, those are 2 incredibly beautiful people. Why? Somebody in this relationship needed to be ugly. Somebody in this relationship needed to be ugly. Seriously, what the hell?
I mean, I don't think Josh Allen is particularly beautiful, but he's definitely awesome.
I
love me some Josh Allen.
He's a jock, all right? He's a jock guy. Yeah,
he's good old boy, good old country boy. Yeah, so that's it, Marvel. You continue to kind of meh.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Guardians of the Multiverse will become the Exiles. You don't ever have to bring these idiots up again. What is the truth about Batman Part 2 and Superman issues? What? Why were we talking about this?
So do we want to segue into DC?
Do you want to do Sony or DC next?
No, let's finish it off with Sony. We'll do DC next.
Okay. Sony CEO Tony Vinciquerra.
Oh, you want to do Sony first?
Yeah, I thought you said finish up with Sony like right now.
No, I was saying finish up with Sony at the very end. But since it's already up, let's do it. So Sony CEO Tony, I'm not even going to attempt.
Vinciquerra.
Okay. That's whatever it is that you said. Insist that Madam Web isn't terrible. False.
It says the press just crucified it. I forgot who. I think it was Charlie said it. Was critical said it. He was like, "Tell me you never saw this movie without telling me you never saw this movie." Like, Madam Web.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Speaking of the relationships, I finally asked the girl I've been talking to out, and she said, "Yes, I am the ugly fat one." That's impossible, Jay. We don't have any ugly fat friends.
Sounds like blasphemy. But what was just said, it sounds like blasphemy. I'll hard disagree. I'm here for an Exile show. Yeah.
I'm here for an Exile show featuring the Exiles, not featuring the Guardians of the fucking Multiverse.
You're right.
From What If. Yeah, give me an Exile show. I don't give a fuck.
So let's discuss this for a second, because there's many more things that were said, bro, than just this article. There were so many other quotes from either this article or other things that were said. Because I think he made a statement as well about Craven, right? I think there was a statement about Morbius as well, wasn't there? I believe that they were both there. but it wasn't.
Madam Web underperformed in theaters because the press just crucified it.
The press. Is he talking about YouTube? Like, it's because was that the press?
Is he confusing the press with moviegoers?
Is he confusing it with Twitter? Like, is it the Reddit forums? What is it confused? Is he confusing press with that? Because I just want to know. I just want to make sure that before I say anything else, that I'm getting this correctly. How delusional is this dude right now? Madam Web might have been the worst movie of that year.
No.
Was that
period?
Was it this year or was it last year it came out? It was last year, right? We're in a new year. We're in a new year now. Was it 2024 when Madam Web came out?
Sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
By far, that was probably the worst movie of that year.
It was worse than Craven.
Oh yeah, it was easily worse than Craven. I would say it's like Madam Web, then like Venom 3, then Morbius. Somehow, yes, I do put Morbius above Venom 3 because it was funnier. Like that matters to me. Morbius was funnier than Venom 3.
Another one out, it's going to get destroyed no matter how good or bad it is.
Oh, that's not true, sir. Because we are very much on an individual movie basis, sir.
Sir, do you know what would make your first $1 billion movie you've released since ever? If people went to see whatever your next fucking movie is and were like, yo, actually, kind of fire.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
No, I got to see this for myself.
Right. I need to prove this.
I mean,
I'm going to go watch it.
I don't respect you if you thought these were good movies. That's all I have to say. Like, I don't respect you as a person.
Right.
Not even like as a film connoisseur. Like, as a human.
He didn't watch the movies. There's no way.
Like, I don't respect you as a person if you're like, these are good movies. I don't care if you liked them. Like whatever you fucking want. But, like, don't like, tell me these are speaking, good movies.
Yeah, objectively speaking, they weren't good.
Like Shawshank Redemption exists. You're like, yeah, Shawshank, Madam Web. Like, that's you?
I'm trying to think. What other movies? All right, let me see. Because I'm pretty terrible with other movies that are not Marvel, MC. I don't remember specific productions of those movies. I just remember the movies. So what we would consider to be good Sony movies, right? Okay. Pursuit of Happiness. Okay. Elysium. Okay, that was good. Trying to think. What else?
Bullet Train.
Oh, Bullet Train was them? I didn't know that.
Bullet Train was a good movie. Okay. Bad Boys 4.
Bad Boys was really good.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I mean, Skyfall was good.
Angels and Demons doesn't really count because it was a book.
Okay.
Jumanji was fun as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Salt was pretty fun.
The first Men in Black was good.
The first Men in Black was good. The second Men in Black was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The third Men in Black sucked, and then the remake sucked. Anything with Will Smith in it sucks. The Ghostbusters movies were whatever.
Oh, Rayman was good.
Casino Royale was good.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Driver was good. It
We're going
sucked.
old school. Rain Man was good.
What's the highest grossing Sony movie?
It's like
Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
Hannibal.
Skyfall, Jumanji, Spider-Man, and Spectre. So 2 of them are
Spectre.
James Bond movies.
James Bond, 2 Spider-Man
And
movies.
3 of them are Spider-Man movies, and then Jumanji almost made $1 billion.
Okay.
So like, okay. This guy's been in charge of Sony since 2017. This dude legit said these aren't bad movies. Like, this dude, not like tried to defend it, not like, he's like, I don't think they were nearly as bad as as the critics said. Like, there's ways to say it. This dude straight up was like, these aren't bad movies. These are good movies.
Yeah.
Like, you can't gaslight reality.
Yeah, and that's what concerns me, right? Is because you look at it from this perspective now, where it's like, okay, they're supposed to be resetting their universe, right? Is that what they're trying to do now? I think that was the latest the latest report.
Yeah, but like,
which then makes me wonder, like, if that's what you were doing, if that's what you intend on doing, how could you then come out and say, it's like you're talking out of 2 sides of your mouth here. It's like, how could you then say, oh, those movies were actually good then?
It was
because
not
then
a bad film.
Why would you reset?
About Madam Web. It was not a bad film, and it did great on Netflix. Do they not?
Nah, fam.
No, hold on. Do you not understand that, like, when I have Netflix, because of course I do, and there are times when I put something on Netflix because I'm like, oh, this is that terrible ass thing I heard about.
I was about to say that.
See how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then I click it, and then I go, oh, this is really fucking bad. Do you know why it did well on Netflix?
Because people wanted to see, were like, was it really that bad?
How bad is this movie? And then they turned it on, and then they died.
Yeah.
The movie killed them. So Netflix played it all the way to the end. There are dead people because of Madam Web.
There are people who tried to watch that movie 4 or 5 times because they kept on falling asleep after the first time.
That movie was watched 8 times by an 89-year-old woman who has Netflix on her TV, and she talks to her remote. She's like, show me Jake and the Fat Man playing Madam Web. What is this?
Yeah, it did well on that. This is like, I'm gonna be honest with
Don Johnson, Dakota Johnson. Who's this?
I want to live in a world where this CEO lives in, where there's like this delirium that this man is living in. It sounds like it's fun. That's what it sounds. It sounds like it's fun to just detach myself from what reality is. Sir, you saw all these Marvel movies flop. And the biggest one that flopped was Madam Web. And you said to yourself, nah, the audience was wrong. They're actually wrong. It was actually a good movie. The audience speaks by word of mouth, and word of mouth said that it was awful. And then because of that word of mouth, people then said, I'm not going to show up and go watch this movie. So you're trying to tell me that we're all wrong, and that you were the one that had that we're wrong for our opinion of the movie being dog crap. Like that's where we're at.
No, this guy doesn't think we exist.
Okay.
This guy's like, no.
He did say
don't-
press.
people-
He said press.
He said the
so.
press.
Yeah,
No,
he is.
nobody, no
Hashtag
fans
Twitter.
of movies, no
Hashtag
no
Reddit.
cinemaphiles.
Hashtag YouTube.
Hashtag shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, bro.
Also, this is just a picture of Zatanna, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Go on now. She can magic me away any day she wants
Yeah,
to.
I'd make tea with her tampons. Jesus Christ.
Very specific. All right.
I'm a simple man.
That's a word for it. That's not the one I would use to describe it. But, I mean, it's each their own.
I'm confused.
So,
Are these canon to the new DCU? Probably not.
So I think the second Suicide Squad is because there's Weasel, and then there's something else that was from it that seemed canon based on Creature Commandos. But that's about it, though, I think. Oh, so since we are on DC, what have you thought, man, about Creature Commandos?
I love Creature Commandos, man. Weasel's episode 2 weeks ago, I was like, all right, let's give this idiot a fucking thing. And then this last episode, I don't care about Dr. Phosphorus at all, but Weasel's fucking playing with the dogs. I'm like, yeah. Big fan of the Weasel. IMDb's 2025 most anticipated movies. Superman. Looks great, smells great, tastes great.
Without
28
question.
years later, absolutely. Fantastic Four First Steps, probably not. The live action How to Train Your Dragon, I'm in. Let's fucking go.
I didn't know there was a live action coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunderbolts is higher than Brave New World. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You lie when you say Snow White
Snow
is
White?
anticipated.
Oh, hell no.
Nobody,
that one's about to flop, bro.
Yeah, every single person is like, yo, fuck that Rachel Zegler bitch. Or the other side of it. Well, actually,
I need to look up what she did because I'm still living under a rock. I have no idea why everyone hates her so much. Oh no.
And then Jurassic World Rebirth, which is gonna make money because it's another Jurassic World fucking movie, and none of them are good, and I just stopped caring. I still like after the new one, with Bryce Dallas Howard and after that first one, I was like, oh, this movie sucked.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yes.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched it because of Bryce Dallas Howard.
And I'm like,
but whatever.
So why are we watching it? And they're like, do you want to stop? I'm like, no, I like it. They're so bad, and I love them for being bad.
I actually like the first one. I was compelled. The second one, I was like, I'm just gonna go back and watch the first one.
I think the world needs to understand that if you give us dinosaurs, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's true.
We are dinosaur children. We will watch dinosaurs. Dinosaurs fucking rule.
Why not? Why not do it?
And then the Minecraft movie.
This one is shocking though. The one that's after that, Mission Impossible. I thought people would be. Was it because the last one was so effing confusing that nobody cares? Is that what it is?
I don't believe I've seen a Mission Impossible movie since the one with Henry Cavill reloading his arms.
Really?
And if you ask me what that is, I'm gonna say Ghost Protocol, and I don't know if that's true.
I actually have no idea.
I don't know. I know the first Mission Impossible movie because it was a fucking perfect movie. Mm-hmm. It was a spy thriller movie. It was phenomenal. I know the second one because I was like, this isn't what Mission Impossible is. This is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I remember the one where Henry Cavill was like reloading his arms, and I was like, that's awesome. And I don't care.
I remember one with Jeremy Renner and what's her face, Paula Patton. I remember that one, but that was also because it was Paula Patton. Paul Patton.
I know I've seen all of these movies, and if you to me, Mission Impossible falls in the same as like the Expendables and the Fast and the Furious movies. Yes,
Yeah, I get
I'm
what you're
going
saying.
to watch them. No, I'm not going to remember anything about them. And at some point, they drove a car into space, and like and that happened, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then my friend was like, "Dude, that doesn't make any sense." I'm like, "Yeah,
Well,
yeah."
since when is anything? Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
They stole VCRs in the first movie. Like, shut the fuck up.
This man saw Vin Diesel in previous movies drive his car down into a series of broken up concrete off a building or a ledge of sort and didn't die. He saw him Vin Diesel's character drive his car head on and collided with Jason Statham's car that was fortified somehow. Head on, full speed, and didn't die. And your friend Judah lied when they decided to drive into space. What did he think he was watching? Please explain that to me, bro.
I have a problem.
What did he think he was watching? What's going on?
Who decided to draw these bitches this sexy? Who was like, you know what?
I'm not gonna lie to you. This last episode, or without her jacket on,
I understand that she's 4 different fucking women sewn together with what has to be the crustiest pussy in the world. But she's got a British accent. Bryce Dallas Howard. I fucking love Bryce Dallas Howard. She directed the last episode of Skeleton Crew. Oh, can I talk about Skeleton Crew real quick?
Oh, I still haven't. So hold on. Funny story about Skeleton Crew. So I tried to watch the first episode with the kids.
Okay.
All of them told me to F off. every single one of them said F off. We're not watching this with you.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
The only one that said, okay, Daddy, I'll give it a shot. Now keep in mind, like we're talking about an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 2-year-old here. You gotta keep things in perspective, right? My 8-year-old was the only one that said, you know, Daddy, I'll give this a shot. We just can't do it with the rest of them. And I was like, all right, it's fine. me and you will watch this at some point in time together. So at some point,
they might be a little too young. Like once they're about like 10.
Yeah, my 8-year-old daughter, she'll get it. She was fine. It's my younger ones, they will not. Like, especially my autistic son who's 5, he will give 2 craps about whatever the hell is going on with this. No.
Jay's right. This is so fun. It's so much fun. Dude, every episode is just like, I'm like, oh, these kids. Like the entire time. I'm like, oh, but they're just kids. Fuck. Like, my brain is doing the thing where I'm like, wait, why would this happen? And then like the other part of my brain is like, they're fucking kids, Tony. I'm like, oh, that's right. They're children. They have no fucking understanding. Dude, there's one scene. I'm not spoilers, right? Fuck. This kid is like, the guy challenges the little girl who's the captain because shut the fuck up. Who cares? This is hilarious. And like he challenges her to like combat. Yeah. And he like, I don't know if you know this, but he's a grown ass man and she's a small child. So he fucking immediately grabs her and he's like, just fucking yield. Just please yield. Like, I don't want to kill you. Please just yield. And the other kid, again, I don't remember any of their goddamn names. Kid 2. There's kid, there's girl kid, there's robot kid, and there's elephant kid. So that's what we got.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna stab you, bitch. Just yield. And this fucking kid, he picks up a lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the music swells, right? And he's holding this. I have a lightsaber somewhere. Fuck, where's my lightsaber? It's too far away. All right, what am I gonna use as a lightsaber? I'll use this empty bottle of wine. And he holds the lightsaber, and he's like, I'm gonna fight you. And I'm like, yo, this kid's gonna get his shit pushed in. And then he has it upside down. So he lights it, and it like shoots into the fucking ground, and he scares himself, and it just goes fucking flying. And I'm like, correct. Everything is exactly what should and would have happened. And then he runs the fuck away because he's a child.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, and then he fucking bounces. Oh yeah, Neil must be protected. Neil is the elephant kid, and Neil is the most important because he is a very simple, not stupid, but he's a very simple boy.
Okay.
And he's a good boy. And he's doing his best. He's trying to make sure everyone's okay. And we if anything happens to him, we riot.
Okay. Fair.
No, he must be safe. We don't know what Jude Law's deal is. We have no idea. We know he's kind of a bad guy somewhat. But like
we don't know
we don't
specifics.
know. Is he a Jedi? We don't know. He has some force power. What does that mean? We don't fucking know. It's beautiful because I don't care. I care enough to be like, I can't wait to see what happens next. And every episode, keep in mind, I've been sick this last week.
Yeah.
So like all week. So like I'm kind of like wibbly wobbly on what I watched. But it doesn't matter because I loved it. I was so happy the entire. I was like, yes, this is happening. I'm so happy. This is the best Star Wars in forever because it's just the thing about Star Wars that I think everyone fucking forgot, which is everything is stupid. Show us the laser sword.
The laser sword.
Show me a laser sword.
Things are stupid. Show us a laser sword.
And a puppet that can move shit with his mind.
That's fair. Entirely fair.
Watch it, please. It's so much fun.
So I will watch it. I'm just trying to schedule some time with my daughter to watch it. Like do like a little bit of a movie night or some sort, which we typically tend to do every so often. So we'll probably get into that. But right now, she's bothering me about going to go see Mufasa, so we might have to wait until we see Mufasa together. By the way, Sonic 3, amazing.
It's fucking awesome.
Amazing.
So good.
Movie's amazing.
I saw that movie. I was in bed. I was like, fine. So I put on Sonic 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, Keanu.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then everybody, dude, this is my favorite part. Do you know nobody is phoning it in? Like everybody is going 110% in this show.
100%.
Like, dude, fucking the two humans, Donut Lord and the sexiest woman on the fucking planet.
Yeah, what's
God,
her name
I don't even
again?
know. I don't care.
Pretzel lady? Is that what Sonic are? Pretzel lady?
No, what's her real name?
Something Sumter, I think is her name.
Maddie Wachowski is this person. Tika Sumter.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. She is. My God.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, bro. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
she's married.
Gorgeous.
Of course, she's married to generic white dude. Fuck. Why can't I be generic white dude? God damn it.
She's 42? Goodness gracious. No, she's not. No, he's 42. She's 44. Whoa. No, she's not.
bro.
She looks about 25, 27. Nah,
She
okay.
is
Maybe 30. Maybe 30. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
so gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
It's not even like we it's insane that we don't hear more about how gorgeous she is.
Yeah, she's amazing. So yeah, she was amazing. And you're right, like everybody gave Kristen, is it Kristen Ritter? Is that what her name is?
Yeah, Jessica Jones. Yeah.
Jessica Jones,
she was great.
Yeah, she was amazing in that one.
Jim Carrey collected 2 paychecks.
Jim Carrey, man.
Jim Carrey, they're just like, we're not even giving you a fucking script. And he's like, I wouldn't have read it if you did. I got this. Don't worry about it. Like, nailing it. Oh, man. Sonic 3 was so fun.
Yo, Knuckles, Idris. Oh, Idris's Knuckles is freaking gold, bro. This dude is amazing as Knuckles, bro.
The reason I like Sonic so much is because it's a kid's fucking show. It is so clearly a children's movie.
Yeah.
But it doesn't talk down to the children who are watching it. It keeps everything at base level so everyone can follow. Dude, I almost shed a tear. In the first Sonic, I cried. The first Sonic.
Yeah.
When he gets up, like at the end, when he's like, no, not my friends, my family. I was like, okay. Keep in mind, I don't give a fuck about Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I think his most recent game I played, the most recent one where it's like open world. And I was like, this is fun. Yeah. But like I didn't give a fuck, but I was like, they nailed it. Yeah. Ben fucking Schwartz, the actor who's perfect.
His voice acting and that's doing great. My son, speaking of crying, my son teared up, you know, when there's one part, I won't talk spoilers just in case, but there was one part where like he just started like wiping his eyes, sobbing. I'm like, it hit me in the feels too, bro. So yeah, I mean it was a great movie. At some point in time I will go see Mufasa. I just don't know when. Probably next weekend. Maybe next weekend I'll bring my daughter. I'll go see. But I don't have high expectations.
Mufasa? No, but who cares? That's that's Disney. That's kid schlock. Like,
yeah, it's just literally just from my 8-year-old. So, what's this about?
This is just the CGI from She-Hulk, and this is the Red Hulk CGI.
They had a higher budget. No, not really. You remember what the budget for She-Hulk was?
Yeah, it was like $4.7 trillion, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, right there. I mean, 4.9, but yes, you were close. Oh man! All right. So, is that it? Have we reached the end? Or is there anything else that we need to talk about?
Yeah, we reached the end. Like, Teen Titans Go seasons 1 through 7 have been removed from HBO Max. Why?
Oh, okay. Oh, if you want some good Superman, Batman stories right now, there's an Absolute series right now that is going on. In the comics, they're so good. It's an alternate universe with that Darkseid created with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. And in the future, Flash and Green Lantern, they're gonna have different origin stories, and it's been really good so far. So if you're a reader, you're interested in good comics, there's some good comics to read.
Bro.
But yeah.
All I'm saying is
All DCU
wait.
films. Oh,
Beyond Justice, all DCU films in one movie, 4 hours and 30 minutes. But the problem is, if you do that, then we have to watch Black Adam.
that's fair. Hey, you remember that time at the end of Black Adam where they set up something that they never like delivered on?
Do you remember? Do you remember in Black Adam when The Rock was constantly like, "I'm not a hero"?
Yeah,
Like to the point where it was like, "Yeah, you killed 3 guys."
yeah. I mean, it's
And then you told a kid to go fuck himself. Probably, like you're not misunderstood. You're just an asshole.
yeah. We get it. We get it. Oh,
I
Lobo.
did not like Black Adam.
Lobo is dudes play Lobo now.
Who's playing
Aquaman.
Lobo?
Aquaman. What's his name? What's his real name? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was the rumor, or I believe it was confirmed that he's playing Aquaman. Good for him. Good for him. I think that's a good cast, personally. That seems like a better casting than him ever being Aquaman. So I'm good. Shameless plug. Check out Keep It in Comic. Yes, please check out Keep It in Comic for all 5 people that watch this. Please check out Keep It in Comic. New Patreon. Show your support.
How do I explain to people that I find Clark Kent extremely hot, but Superman kind of ugly? No, 100%.
I mean, fact.
Look at this beautiful fucking bumbling idiot of a man. And then look at this specimen of fucking godlyhood. I don't fucking nailed it. Fucking perfect. This is so perfect. Like, how could you? These are the same person.
Oh,
This isn't makeup.
You can't convince
This
me.
isn't makeup. Like, they're like, here, fuck up your hair, wear some glasses, and look weird. And here it's like, be Superman. Like, fucking, when people ask, like, you wouldn't like, everyone would recognize Superman. Be like, no, they wouldn't, because this is what's supposed to happen. Clark's a tall dude, but he's like, no, he's slouchy and shitty. Like, it's not that they don't like, hey, you look like Superman. They probably see a lot of people that kind of look like Superman. It's just Clark is such a cunt. There's no way he's Superman. Perfect casting.
Yeah, looks pretty good. I'm happy.
Yeah. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about this. Yes. Shit-handed Aquaman. Who should play him? You know who should play Aquaman in the DCU, right?
No, who should play Aquaman in the DCU?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Interesting. I don't hate it.
The first major DC miscast, what could have been Dog the Bounty Hunter as fucking All right. I'm good. I'm done. We got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
This is fun. It was nice to be back.
Yeah, we'll be keeping it back as long as I'm not dead, basically. We have the finale of, is it the finale of Creature Commandos next week?
Is it? Are they only doing 7 episodes?
It's either 7 or 8.
I don't remember.
Either way, we got that, and we have. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it is only 7 episodes. So next week is the finale, I think. Hold on. Nope, I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Point of view.
No.
You're in theaters in 2115, and it's Blade, The Batman Part 2, and to say 100 Years, the movie you will never see. All right, Reddit.
All right, it's been real. Reddit. To you guys, subscribe, like and subscribe to the channel.
Not ours, his. We don't care what you do with ours.
Keep in a comic. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't like and subscribe here.
Support our Patreon.
Yeah, his stuff.
Appreciate you.
Don't worry about our stuff. Our stuff is just decompressing from a long week of doing nothing.
Right, exactly.
Be good, y'all. Be safe.